one of those days. I got a million things going on. I needed to record this video. I needed to do stuff for the retreat. I needed to put a post out for winners for the chuck-along. I had this burger I needed to whip up. I'm trying to whip it up into some chili real quick for dinner tonight. Let's see. I got my lunch here. Yep, we're having lean cuisine pizza today. That's what's for lunch. Ooh, it's nice and melty. Yummy, yummy. So I'm going to have lunch. I'm trying to get ready for the Krafts sale tomorrow. So I sat here and I priced out some things. I have no idea how to price out crochet items, but these are things I'm going to take to sell. My tops that I've been making are too large, so I'm going to sell those. And some of these things I did intend to like sell at a craft sale, so we'll see if they sell. I have no idea pricing wise. Like I put $20 on this. I put what did I put on this little set? $25 for this little bath set. You know, just I don't know. And I gotta eat and get that chili done and get ready for the crochet live. I got about a half an hour. Okay, can I do it? I can do it, right? I can do it. Okay. Thank you to my yarn crew that hangs out on Fridays with us. We talked pricing today. And consensus was I was pricing things a little too cheap, I guess. So thank you for the help. I've changed some of my pricing. So we'll see how it goes. I can always come down. That was the consensus. I could always come down. We're going to go downstairs right now. I'm going to take my spiffy little tags because I got about 3 hours before I can start moving in over at the craft sale. So, sorry, there was some stuff over here I didn't want anybody to see. My contraband. Anyhow, I'm going to put some prices on some of this stuff here. This stuff is priced. Keychains are priced. Paintings in this box behind me are priced. But these are some new items I'm adding. And I'm going to throw some prices on them and get all this stuff in boxes. Then the stuff that's on my table in the back room, I think I'm going to put out here on this table because I need that table. I got to clear it off. So let me get to pricing some things and get busy here. My helper has helped organize our booth, right? Got a few crochet items over here. The paintings are hanging back there. That thing is really not stable. It always makes me nervous. But here's the front. We got some diamond painting things, right? There we go. That's what it looks like. Okay, and then we got a couple more crocheted things over here. Some of those sweaters. You see why they're too big on me, right? Look how big that thing is. It's huge now. Then we got more diamond paintings hanging there. And then we could hang more on the back, but we don't have any more hangers. So I just got some sitting on the floor back here. It's not much. I don't have a ton of stuff. I mean, some of these people got like rack after rack after rack after rack of stuff. I mean, look at all this over here. They bring in shelves and racks and
busy, honey.
And canopies just to hang the wreaths off the canopies. But then, look, here's this person over here, and all they have is one little table with some succulents in pots. And these people, I don't know if they're bringing more.
Be able to sell tulip bulbs.
Oh, maybe I could bring tulip bulbs to sell. Then you got these people over here. I don't know what they're selling. They got some scruffy looking gnomes. I mean, like scruffy bearded gnomes. I didn't mean they were ugly. I meant scruffy bearded gnomes and other things. See? I mean, they got racks and they got lots of tables to lay things out on. Right? And then we got these people over here. So everybody's come in and set up the night before. I love you. They got some bags. Stuff like that. And then sewing. So see, here's the weird thing. When the guy said you can only have one diamond painter, we got tons of people that have sewn stuff, right? I don't get it. Okay, whatever. Anyhow, I don't think there's going to be too many more people in here. I think this is pretty much everybody. So that's what we got. There's our little corner of the world over here. Dale said he'll come up tomorrow and relieve me so I can go to the bathroom. Yay. All right, we're going home. Our situation is currently no customers. Like none. Nobody's here. We're all vendors and there's nobody here that's a customer. It's great. So it's hard to sell stuff when there's nobody here, right? Dale's here. Dale's playing a new game. I don't know what it's called, but you make tens. It's all number blocks, and you gotta make 10. It's a little frustrating. It's fun, but hi. So I sold one journal, one little notebook, and one little butterfly sticker. That's what I've sold. And that was to the same person. 2 different times she came back, but anyhow. All right, got 2 hours left, about 2 hours, and I'm ready to pack up my stuff and go home. Truly, I'd like to leave right now. But I'll stick it out. We're at the Fiber Festival and we've hit the first 2 yarn trucks, and Angie's blown her wad already.
My wad, yep.
But she got a mystery bag.
And I swore after getting screwed so many times that I wasn't going to do it, but I
2 hanks of worsted from Frogget Yarns. And they dye all their own yarns.
Yes,
it's
and it's
all
very
their own
pretty.
yarn. They got all kinds of bases. They're the same.
Which
they're
is
matchy.
And they're like denim.
They're like a bluish gray denim color.
That's pretty.
Well, there you go.
I like it.
Cool.
I like
well, it was a good purchase for you, wasn't it? Oh, and then there's the keeper.
Yeah,
the little froggy.
Little
Isn't
froggy.
Cute?
Yeah.
Little froggy stitch marker.
Okay.
Show me what else you got.
I'm a mystery.
Ooh, those are gorgeous.
Yeah,
Those are pretty, aren't they?
Can't wait to see what you made.
Right.
I'll be watching their feed.
And then I got these. I'm going to do a
Isn't that
summer
pretty?
top.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm going to do a summer top with these. These are wool
Those
cotton.
will be pretty.
And
Yeah.
I think that's going to be very
That'll be
pretty.
pretty.
It's a little pop of color, so
Yeah.
I'm not totally staying on the brown.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't pass this up. Copper penny.
Tell us what it's called. Copper penny. It does look like a penny that's gotten the green stuff on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, there you go. Good choice. Good seed. I found a pinky purple blue that Angie would use. She would use this one, you guys. And it's gorgeous, isn't it? This is the place that has this fun yarn. I gotta show you what they do. Hang on. Here, it does this cool, it does this. All of this yarn, right? So, like, this is a sample of a hat that's made with that yarn. It's so cool. A scarf. See how the color goes in the middle and the solid goes on the outside. It's cool. Angie bought some of this last time. She hasn't used it. I'd like to see what hers turned out like. See? I might do that, right? That's fun. Yeah, this is fiber seed. North Bay Fiber. I have been introduced to North Bay Fiber through the Yarn Garden in Charlotte. And she's here at this show, and we just found out she's opening a store. And it's up near Angie's area, and they're going to be at the middle of the Mitten Yarn Crawl. So we're going to go to their grand opening of their store up at the middle of the Mitten. I think that will be fun. Yeah. So they have, it's non-superwash wools, and there's several different types of wool that they use. It's pretty cool. Let me show you up front here. Look at these. So this is their original base. This one's a little scratchy for me, but she's got another new base, which is much softer, which I kind of like. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sweater. Angie's in love. She's going to wait until we go to the yarn crawl, and she's going to get a sweater quantity and make a sweater. How pretty. She's busy talking to the lady. Pretty though, right? Beautiful blue skies, a few puffy clouds on my way home from the Fiber Festival. Had a good time, saw a lot of things. The coolest part for me was I got to meet some hand dyers that live in my area. There's a lady from Eden Rapids, which is where Dale used to live and where his daughter still lives in Rapids, so she is from there. And another lady is from Onondaga, which isn't a whole lot farther from me. So that's kind of all from my area. So I got to meet them. Now the lady from Onondaga is a special lady. She is from this craft or that. And if you remember, I mean, I fell in love with her yarn. I saw it at the trunk show in Howell. Bought some there. Fell in love with her yarn. Talked about it on a Yarny video. And my friend Francesca then got in contact with her and ordered a couple of skeins of specialty hand-dyed yarn for me as a gift. Lovely, lovely, beautiful yarn. The most beautiful purple yarn. Gorgeous. And so I got to meet her and thank her and tell her who I was and all that kind of stuff, you know? And, you know, she remembered. She totally remembered dyeing it, and she remembered Francesca and all that. And she's like, oh, I'm so glad I got to meet you. You know, she said, lots of times I'll do orders for people and whatnot. I never hear anything else about it. And I was like, yeah. I said, I knew you were going to be here, and I thought it would be fun to, you know, stop and say hi. And she's like, I'm so glad you did. And Angie bought some yarn there for one of our projects coming up. I bought a little mini skein pack. And she very, very graciously let us pick out something for the retreat to donate. I was like, that was above and beyond. She was so nice. So that was fun. But I thought I would do a little post fiber festival here. Plus I'm driving home, and I know it's not the best thing to record and drive, but it's keeping me awake because I'm tired. I am ready for a nap. Just a couple miles from home, and I thought, you know, if I start just talking to somebody, that will keep me awake, right? So it's helping. So thank you for keeping me awake on my last few miles home. I'll show you all the stuff that I bought. I'll include that in this little video. But I tried to do some filming in the festival, you know, and get a little bit. Let me zoom you in there. That gets rid of the car. I should have done that a long time ago. Show you a little more of the actual booths and things that were in there. I did a little bit of that. It's still a little weird. I feel kind of strange doing it. These people don't know me from Adam, and they might feel some way about me filming their stuff, but I did a little bit of it anyhow. I'll show you my yarns and stuff later. Oh, I met another lady, and I have already seen her yarns because she now, her yarns are in the Yarn Garden, our local yarn store, carries her yarns, some of it, like one line. She's got a couple different bases now, and got to meet her and found out that she is opening a new store where she can dye her yarn in-house in the store and then have her shop to sell yarn in. That's up towards Angie's way, and they're having their grand opening during the next yarn crawl. So we got our yarn crawl bags today, which was interesting. Never ever thought I would have picked up a yarn crawl bag from the Fiber Festival down here in Ann Arbor, but you know, we did. So we're set to go to the yarn crawl, and we're gonna meet her up there at her grand opening. That's in July. So we're ahead of the game a little bit, but yeah, so that was fun. Meeting people that, you know, I had some connections with, you know, was fun. Anyhow, I'm almost home. Thank you for riding along with me, keeping me awake while I'm traveling, and I don't know if we'll get to see all of Angie's yarns. I don't know. Angie's gonna, she got a lot. I'll just say, she got a lot. So, I know she got wanted to buy or thought I would buy in my head. You know, when I headed out this morning, I didn't anticipate buying as much as I did, but I did. Anyhow, there's the cows. I've seen 4 baby cows. I think there's 5 though. I think there's one down at the other end. Anyhow, I'm home. So thanks for keeping me awake while I was driving. And I'm gonna go home now and see what Dale's up to. I know he's been busy today. He's kept himself busy. So let's go. Oh, bumps. Sorry. Let's go see what he's up to. Hello, everybody. I am back from the Fiber Festival in Ann Arbor. And let me show you the things that I got while I was there. It's a very interesting collection of things I found. When I put it all together, when I got it out, I was like, wow, lots of different things. A very different like color palette for me from what I usually do. So hang on, I'm going to turn this a little bit. So let's get to it. First of all, let me explain that there is a used book sale there at this Fiber Festival. They take up a whole barn and they have used books. So I looked and looked and looked. And I didn't find a lot that I liked. Books has just not been my thing lately. I've not been having good luck. But paperbacks, these little paperbacks for 50 cents. So I picked up a few. I got Danielle Steele, Toxic Bachelor. I'd never heard of this author before. Barbara Josselson, The Lilac House. Can One Summer House Heal 2 Broken Hearts? I don't know. Maybe it can. So that one sounded good. And then I found 2 Dorothea Benton Frank. This one is a low country tale called Isle of Palms. And then Sullivan's, oh, this is a low country tale too. Oh, so they're like from the same series or something. Okay, called Sullivan's Island. Well, I have to check into this now that I know that low country tale is a thing, right? Isle of Palms and Sullivan Island. I guess they sound similar, don't they? Okay, well. And then Angie asked me if she bought me a book, if I would read it. She said, it's a great book. It's awesome. It's a love story. It's one of the best love stories I've ever read. And I was like, okay. So she bought me this book called The Hours. And I know it's a historical fiction, but she says it's an awesome love story. So it's not very long. I might just give it a go. It's only 200 pages. I might give it a go and see what I think. And she bought a bunch of books. She was geeked. They had a bunch of historical fiction stuff there, so she was happy. So before we even got into the Fiber Fest building itself, there was 2 yarn trucks. And I only bought a couple things, and that was from Frogget. So Frogget, they dye all their own yarn, and all I purchased were these 2 little mini hanks right here. Okay, keep these colors in mind. Okay, the teal and the blue. That's what I bought. They're 49 yards of a superwash nylon blend. So I got a blue and a teal. Okay, that's all I bought there. All right, moving on. I'm doing this in order because there's a reason why I'm going to do it in order. And I remember the order. I didn't buy that much. I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff here, but not that much. Okay, so we walked into the building, and the first place that we saw, first shop right out the gate is AJHC Wools, AJ Bishop. Okay, this is her card, and she lives in Eaton Rapids. Eaton Rapids is where Dale used to live. It's where his daughter still lives. It's about 10 minutes, maybe 15 from here. And she has wonderful yarn. Okay, so Angie and I are getting ready to do another project. We're starting it this Friday, I believe. We're going to start this new project, a Tunisian project. It's going to be a scarf. We've got the pattern picked out, everything. And AJ did a special colorway for the show. So here it is. I'll show it to you. It's called Spring Culls. Spring Culls. And it's sprinkly. So it's DK weight yarn. And it looks like this. Okay. It's pink. It was really pretty. It's got some green in it. It's got some oranges in it. And it's got some teal in it. Do you see all those colors in there? Right? Very, very pretty. And I thought, I want to get the show color. And I think she was one of the only people I saw there that actually had dyed a show color. I didn't see a lot of other companies that had especially dyed show color. So I'm happy I got this one. So I got this. And then I needed something else to go with it for our project. So I started looking at the oranges. Well, I found this, right? So we have those. right? Lovely. Well, I kept looking and kept looking, and I found this. And then I was like, well, now look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, who would have thought me for a project is going to come out with orange and teal? And it's pretty though. I like it a lot. I think this is going to be lovely, but wait till the end of the video and I got a surprise for you. Okay, so this is what I got for my project. And these are 100% superwash merino. There is no nylon in these or anything. It's just merino, 231 yards in each one. So that's 246, almost 700 yards. Our project calls for anywhere between 600 and 800 yards. It's a scarf, so you can make it, you know, as long as you want it to be. But I found something later and I didn't even know it. So hang on, let's stay tuned for that. Okay, so let's set those there for now. Next stop, I got to meet the lady, and I don't know her first name. I never got her first name, and I should have. But she is from this craft or that. There's a story about that. Okay, there's a story. And the story is that I found her yarn in Brighton and fell in love with it and talked about it on a Yarny video. And my friend Francesca from Francesca Studio Works bought me a gift. And she contacted this company and found out the type of yarn and had her hand dye purple for me. And it's the most beautiful yarn, the most beautiful purple. It is so soft because it has alpaca in it. It is just lovely yarn. So I met the lady that dyed it, and I just wanted to introduce myself and tell her who I was and thank her so much for dyeing such beautiful yarn. And she was like, oh yeah, the purple yarn. And she started talking to her husband. She goes, yeah, I dyed about 3 different purples until I got the purple that she really, really liked. And I was like, oh, that is so nice of you. She goes, I am so glad you stopped and I got to meet you, because oftentimes I don't get to see the people that end up with yarns and things like that. So we talked and talked and talked, and told her about my YouTube channel and Angie and I doing our lives and all that. And she took down my YouTube channel. She was going to look me up. And then she said, well, if you ever need anything, like if you need something for a giveaway or whatnot, you know, let me know. And Angie and I both looked at each other and we said, well, we're actually hosting a retreat the first weekend in May. And she goes, go pick out something. And we both went, no, you pick out something. I'm not good at that. I don't want to pick out stuff, right? No. And I can't show it to you because it is, I'll give you a little flash. We ended up with this kit. It's a kit. It's a knit kit, but the yarn is fantastic. Are you ready? There it is. Okay, that's all you get. But she was so sweet. I was like, thank you so much. And it was a nice little kit. Okay, thank you so much. So there was a couple things there that I bought. I was on my mini skein thing again. So I bought a little mini skein from her. Superwash merino and nylon. Look at how pretty that is. All those speckles. These are my colors, right? The purples, the pink, the teal. Those are my colors. Remember my first 2 that I bought? Remember those? Remember? I mean, everything just kind of clicked as far as yarn went. Everything was all matchy-matchy. And then I bought this little set, another mini Hank set, because I loved it. Look at the colors. We got the, okay, I know it's glary. I'll take them out. I haven't taken them out, so let's take them out and look at them. Why not? We got this one, which is a pretty blue and purple. We got this one, which is purple, 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 different purples. We got this one, which I would call like a lavender and gray, possibly. The theme, of course, is the purple. The purple runs through everything. Purple and peach, and then to the purple and the like mint green there. Love it. Pretty, right? Like I said, I'm on the mini Hank thing again. I'm in love with mini Hanks. Love them. Okay, my little minis. All right, so I bought that from her. Now, can I get them back in the bag? No. Okay, go back in. So that was fun. And I thank her so. I feel so bad. I never did get her first name, but She lives in Onondaga. Onondaga is about 20 minutes from me. So we have the dyer from Eaton Rapids. We have one in Onondaga. There's 2 that dye in Charlotte. You guys, it's amazing. Okay, next stop. Next stop was at, what's the name? Elk and Me. I think that's supposed to be like alchemistry, or I don't know. Anyhow, she had a, what's her name? Chris Jenkins. This is 2 ladies, they're partners, work together. Chris Jenkins and Sue Gills. elkandme.com. All right. elkandme.com. Don't I have a card for this craft or that? I don't think I have a card. I have a card somewhere for her, but I can't find it. I don't know where it went. Anyhow, look them up online. That's all I can say. Okay, so they had a whole clearance section, things that they were, clearancing out. This yarn, oh my goodness, it is 100% baby alpaca, 246 yards of a DK weight. Was a $32 hank of yarn, $18. This is called Combustion. It was the only one they had. Combustion. Is that my colors or what? We got the purples, the pinks, some blue, tealy colors in there. This is my colors, right? Well, I would have gotten more Combustion, except they didn't have more Combustion. So I kept looking at the colors and I found this. Right? You can see the fuzzies on this, the alpaca. It is so stinking soft. Matches beautifully. Just gorgeous, right? And then I found this one. What do you think? Look at it. Just look at the combination of these 3. Isn't that beautiful? So there are 246 yards in each hank. So that's 2, 4, 6, 750. This is a good project. This is an excellent project. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, soft alpaca yarn. Angie, I think she ended up with 8 hanks of this. 8. And she was going to make a sweater. I mean, she doesn't know what sweater pattern or anything, but Angie's a nature color. She's oranges, browns, tans, greens. That's Angie all day long, right? And she found a bunch that went together off this discount wall. I love it. It's so soft. All right. And then the last thing I only bought one more thing, and that was at a shop called Fiber Seed. Fiber Seed's got some cool stuff. Here's a little QR code. Maybe that'll help you. QR code for Fiber Seed, American yarn. Okay. And I'm certain that most of these places will sell online as well, if you find them online. Well, I've been trying to get Angie into some other colors. Blues. I mentioned teal, and she just about like, I don't like teal. I'm like, teal would look so pretty on you, though. Well, we pulled this hank down and saw the swatch of it, and Angie was like, okay, I like that one. And I'm like, really? Really? She bought one of these too. Okay, so let's start with this side. Here's the Angie side, right? The oranges and the browns and the rust kind of colors in there. But look what happens on this side, folks. Look at all the purple and the teal, right? And she doesn't really like purple a whole lot. And she just said she doesn't like teal, but she likes this, and she bought one. And I'm like, okay, so we both have one of these. And she was thinking she would make a hat or something. Well, I get home and I take all my stuff out of my bag. And I'll be darned if this doesn't all go together, right? This is going to be my scarf. This all goes together. So I've got 2 more solid tonal type. I got the real speckly pink. And then we have this that has all of those same colors in it. The oranges are perfect. The teal is perfect. Are you kidding? That couldn't have happened any better if I'd tried it, if I'd planned it, right? So there's that. Anyhow, the last person we talked to, I've seen her yarn because the yarn garden in Charlotte is carrying her yarn. And it's not superwash wool. It's unwashed wool. And They started out with Michigan sheep, Michigan refining, spinning, all of that stuff, and then she would dye it. They've expanded a little bit, and they're getting their wool from some other places now. But we found out she's opening a shop. Angie fell in love with a sweater that was there, a crocheted sweater. And you'll find when you go to these fiber festivals, tons and tons of gorgeous, gorgeous knit garments and projects. Very few crochet. But Angie fell in love with this sweater, and it's like striped with their yarn. And they're opening a shop. And their shop is up by Angie, where she lives. So they're opening a shop. And she said, yeah, we're having our grand opening during the middle of the mitten yarn crawl. So they're having their grand opening of their store. It's going to be their dye studio and a place where they can sell their own yarn for now. Maybe in the future they'll add other yarns as well. But for now, it's her dye studio and a place to market her yarn and sell her yarn. And they're having their grand opening at Middle of the Mitten. She had 2 bags for Middle of the Mitten left. It's $10. You get your little passport. Angie and I are ready to go. It's July 11th through the 20th. And what is the name of her store? Oh, name of her store is going to be North Bay Fiber in Pinconning. I can never say that one right. So there are 11 shops taking part this year. And there's a little map of where all the shops are over here. There's 2 that are way up north. Those would be like, that would be a whole different day trip to hit those 2. One is in Boyne City and the other is in Alpena. We've never made it up there. Angie was going to take a trip one day with her husband and go up to Alpena, but they never did. Anyhow, so all the shops are in here. Little bio about each of them. And then there's different ways that you can win prizes. You can visit 6 shops or 8 shops or all 11 shops. So you could have 3 entries into the prize giveaways. Angie and I might make 8. I don't know. We might make 8. Down here, you see there's a whole cluster down here in this area. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 8 without hitting any outliers. There's an outlier over here and those 2 up there. But this one's in Perry. This one is not far from my house. It's maybe 25 minutes, 20. It's not far. I could always buzz over to this one. And just because we do a yarn crawl on one day, this runs from the 11th to the 20th. There's a long period of time. I could hit that one on my own. I don't think I'll get all 11 though. I won't get all 11. We can get 8. I know we can do 8. But so we picked up our passports for that. And then Angie's got that in the back of her head that since that's in July, she's going to make sure her budget is going to be prepared for a sweater quantity of that yarn so she can make that sweater. But different color palette for me for sure. I love how this worked out though, that they all went together. And this stuff right here is so soft, you guys. If you've never felt alpaca, it is so stinking soft. It's beautiful. And then I've got to get her name. I really, really do, because she was so sweet, so nice, you know. And then the giveaway, a gift for a giveaway, that was so nice. And then Frogget. So I got a lot of mini skeins. It was fun. So I don't feel that I went overboard or anything. Those 4 hanks are all a project I'm going to start Friday. So really, these are the only things that I bought that I don't really have anything in mind for. Right here, this is it. But this is just a collection of mini hanks, and I can do all kinds of things with the minis. I'm having fun with my minis for my Tunisian project, so having a good time. Anyhow, that's it for the yarn crawl, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time following along. I tried to do a little more filming of the shops. As I get more comfortable, I try to do a little more, you know. And I haven't had anybody say anything or look weird at me or anything, so you know. But we'll keep doing some filming and bringing you along with us on our little adventures. So, all right, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all those good things. And I got to put this yarn away, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everybody.